Technomathics. How are you? Hope you all are doing good, right? So, this is a question in front of us where a function of x is given to you, a polynomial is given to you, right? I hope you are able to see, right? The function of x is like this: x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus ax plus b, right? This is the function given to you. You can see this is a polynomial where a variable x is introduced. Okay, so x is there everywhere, right? And apart from x, there are two unknown terms over here. What are that? A and b. You can see this a and b, this b and this a, right? Now the question is that if the function x4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus ax plus b leaves remainder 5 and 19 on division by x minus 1 and x plus 1, that means when this is divided by, when this f of function of x is, there are two conditions. When divided by, let us write it like this so that it will be easily understandable, and then it will gives the remainder. So as per the question, it is divided by the 2x minus 1 and x plus 1, two terms. So when divided by x minus 1, it will give you a remainder 5, right? And when divided by x plus 1, it will give you a remainder 19. So you can see these will be the two remainders when divided by x minus 1 and x plus 1 respectively, right? Then we need to find the remainder when divided by x minus 2. So the question is that when it is this above fx is divided by x minus 2, then remainder will be how much? This is the question to you, my dear friends. So to solve such questions, first of all understand this is not only a function of x, this consists of another two variables a and b over here. So we need to find the values of this a and b. How we will be finding it? Let us take. So there are three conditions which is given: x when divided by x minus 1, x plus 1, and the third question is our question is that x minus 2 when divided by x minus 2, what will be the remainder? Okay, so the function of x, since you can see x minus 1 when divided by x minus 1, we know that if you write x, let us write it like this: x minus 1 when divided by x minus 1, that means when it will become a factor, when it is equated to 0, this will give you the value of x equal to 1, right? And similarly, when x plus 1 as a factor divided by x plus 1, that means it is a factor, when equated to 0, this gives you the value of x equal to minus 1, right? So this x equal to 1 is basically the remainder when we put the function of x equal to 1, right? I am writing it: f of x equal to 1 is basically x minus 1 when divided by x minus 1 is given as x power 4. Let me write the polynomial first. 2x cube plus 3x square minus ax plus b, right? So when x equal to 1, when f of x equal to 1, that means this will gives you some remainder, and this remainder will be nothing but this one 5, right? So put 5 over here. 5 equal to, and when x equal to 1, just put up the value of x as equal to 1. So it will be 1 power 4 minus 2 into 1 power 3 plus 3 into 1 square, right? All these other terms separately, minus a into 1 plus b, right? So when you just solve it further, it will be 1 minus 2 into 1 cube, that is 2 minus 2 plus 3 minus a plus b, right? And this is equal to 5. When you further solve it, 3 plus 1 4, 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 minus 2 is 2, and 2 when going over here, this will be 3, right? So let us solve it. 3 1 4 minus 2 is 2, 5 minus 2 is equal to b minus a, and 5 minus 2 is nothing but it's equal to 3. So b minus a equal to 3 is one of the equation which is derived. Why we are doing it? Because we need to find the value of this a and b, this b and a, right? So this is one of the equation. Let us mark it. Now when we took the second, x plus 1 equal to 0 as a factor, that means when x equal to minus 1, when this will be taken, x equal to minus 1, then function of x equal to minus 1, we have put the value of x equal to minus 1, this will gives you some remainder, and that is 19. X equal to minus 1 is basically x plus 1, right? This one, and this will gives you this was giving you the remainder 19, right? So f of x equal to minus 1 will give you the remainder 19. That means the polynomial x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus ax plus b. This was the polynomial with you, right? Now just put x equal to minus 1 over here. So this will give you implies 19, which was the remainder when x equal to minus 1 or x plus 1 equal to 0, right? Both are same, right? This will give you, just put up the value minus 1 in place of x. So this will give you minus 1 power 4 minus 2 into minus 1 power 3 plus 3 into minus 1 whole square minus a into minus 1, then again into the last it's b, right? Now solve it further. 19 minus 1 power 4 is nothing but 1, right? Minus is multiplied even number of times. Then again minus 1 cube is minus 1 into minus 2, that will be equal to plus 2. Then 3 into minus 1 square, this will become 3. Then minus a into minus 1, this will become plus a, and then into the last it's b, right? Now here you can see here also we are going to have an equation into the form of a and b, right? So just solve it further. 19, 3 plus 2, 5 plus 1, 6, right? When 6 subtracted from 19, when 6 subtracted from 19, this will be equal to a plus b. And 19 minus 6 is nothing but 13. So my dear friends, this is another equation in front of you. This is equation number 2. So we have two equations with us in for a and b, that is a plus b equal to 13, and initial was b minus a is equal to 3. Why we just just arrived on these two equations? Because we will need to solve it, and we are having an equation in two variables, and the two variables are a and b. When we solve it, we get the value of a and b, and when you put up the value of a and b over here, then you get the real function of x, where only x will be the variable, no a, no b, no any extra variables. Okay, so the our ultimate agenda is that over here what we are doing, we are going to remove this a and b, because you will not be able to calculate the remainder of fx when divided by x minus 2. This you are not going to be calculated. You are not able to calculate it unless and until you are able to calculate the remainder, but it will be having the variable a and b, but a and b need to be removed, and we are just doing that. Okay, first time, when f of x equal to 1, that is when divided by x minus 1, it leaves the remainder 5. So we use that relation to solve, and finally we get an equation b minus a equal to 3. And when divided by x plus 1, it gives the remainder 19. This was the second condition given to you. So we use that relation x plus 1 equal to 0, that means x equal to minus 1. So this give you for f of x equal to minus 1, the remainder was 19. You can see here 19. Let me give a bold mark so that you can easily see from there. So 19 equal to this polynomial. That means that for each and every x into this, we need to put the value minus 1. Right? So this will give you another equation, a plus b equal to 13. Now it's very easy, my dear friends. है ना? B minus a equal to 3 and a plus b equal to 13. Just solve it. When you add both the equations, adding 1 and 2, that means here b minus a equal to 3 was the equation number 1, and sorry, a plus b equal to 13 was equation number 2, right? When you add it, you can see here a and a will be cancelled out, and we will be having b plus b, that means 2 times b is equal to 13 plus 13, that is equal to 16. So this will give you the value of b as 16 by 2, which is equal to 8. So the value of b is calculated, my dear friends. Finally, we calculated the value of b, which is equal to 8. Right? If b is calculated, it's very easy to calculate 8. Right? How? From equation number 1, let us put up the value, that's it, nothing else. Right? You have already solved the question. Okay, only few steps are left. From equation number 1, we can write b minus 3 is the value of a. The value of a is b minus 3, right? And what is the value of b? Is it's 8, right? So a is 8 minus 3, which is equal to 5. So the value of a is calculated as equal to 5. So a is calculated and b is calculated, right? Now our polynomial, our function of x will become, look like, it will look like, let me change a pen over here. So it will be looking like, x power 4, right? minus 2x cube as it is plus 3x x square, right, minus a times x. Now put up the value of a as this 5, right? So this will become minus 5 times x, because a is calculated as equal to 5. This a is nothing but 5, right? So it's okay. And now we are left with b, and the value of b is 8, you can see here, right? So just put up the value of b as 8, right, because the value of b is calculated as equal to 8, right? So our function of x will be looking like this, right? X power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x squared. So first, second, third terms will be similar, but replace the value of a and b with 5 and 8 respectively, and this will look like this. Now fx is into only with a variable x only, right? Now when divided by x minus 2, when divided by x minus 2, that means when x minus 2 is the factor, when it will be equated to 0, this will give you x equal to 2, right? This will give you x equal to 2. So that means put up the value of x equal to 2 into this f of x, into this function of x. You will get the remainder, and this will be your answer. So we did all the part. Let us solve the question, the remaining part. Now from here we can say that the function of, what will be the remainder? When we put up the value of x is equal to 2, because x minus 2 as the divided by x minus 2 being a factor, when considering x minus 2 as a factor, we get x equal to 2. So just put x equal to 2 over here, right? When you put x equal to 2, then the remainder will be equal to how much? This was the question. This will be equal to x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus 5x plus 8. This was our fx, function of x, isn't it? X power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus 5 and 8, minus 5x plus 8, where 5 is the value of 8 and b 8 is the value of b. Now simply put the value of x as equal to 2 over here into this, right? When x equal to 2 will be placed over here, it will becomes 2 power 4 minus 2 into 2 power 3. So it becomes same base, exponent will add. So 3 plus 1, 4. So simply 2 power 4 and this will be cancelled out, isn't it? Both of these will be cancelled out. Huh? Plus 3 into x square, that means x equal to 2. We are finding the remainder, right? 3 into 2 square, right? Minus 5 into 2, right? Plus 8. This 8, the last term, which was our b. Now when you solve it, 4 into 3, 12. 4 into 3, 12. So this will give you 12 minus 5 into 2 is 10 plus 8. So 12 plus 8 is 20. 20 minus 10, 10. So we are on our answer. That is 10. 10, 10, 10. 10 is the remainder. and we just arrived on that spot where we are trying to reach from a long time, है ना? We just arrived on our answer, and our answer is nothing but this 10, right? So my dear friends, when the above function of x, f of x, where it is, yeah, when the function of x, f of x is divided by, let me show this entire function, yes. I need to squeeze a little so that entire solution should be in front of you. थोड़ा सा और, थोड़ा सा, इतना ठीक है ना? हाँ. Now, fx was x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus ax plus b, right? Now, when it is divided by x minus 2, this was the question. What was the remainder? What was the remainder? And remainder we have calculated, just say 10. When the teacher asked you, what will the remainder when the given polynomial f of x, function of x, is divided by x minus 2? You just solve it and raise your hand and tell that yes, yes my dear sir, the answer will be 10, right? And what are the steps which we followed? I hope you understand. I will take multiple questions on this, but try to understand what is the basic concept. When any function, when it's given that divided by like this, x minus 1, x plus 1, this like that, then consider this as a factor, and when you equate it as equal to 0, then you will get the value of this x minus 1 implies that what is the value of x. This shows that the value, when you equate x minus 1 equal to 0, this gives you x equal to 1, right? So x minus 1 reflects that x is equal to 1, right? And what is this x plus 1 shows that when x plus 1 is equated to 0, that means 1 going to the RHS, that means x equal to minus 1, है ना? Then x plus 1 shows that x equal to minus 1. So when it's given that some polynomial is divided by x minus 1, x plus 1, just equate this considering as a factor. इसको फैक्टर समझ के इसको हम लोग इक्वेट कर देंगे 0 से, then we get the values of corresponding values of x, right? And just put all that values. Suppose here, from here we get x equal to 1. When you put up this value into the function of x, you will get the, whatever you get, that will be your remainder. This one, that will be your remainder, right? So that's why when you put the value of x equal to 1, it was given that the remainder was 5, right? So we use that relation. When you put x equal to 1 from here, we get the remainder 5. Similarly, what we did the same. If an x equal to 1, f of x was this one, right? This changes its form, and the remainder will be definitely when x equal to 1, we put the value x equal to 1, it was 5. You can see here. So that's why we kept 5 into the LHS, and RHS, the polynomial will be reduced to like this, because we put the value of x equal to 1, and it consists of it gives a linear equation in two variables where a and b was there, right? Similarly, when you put x equal to minus 1, because x plus 1 was the second factor and it was giving you the remainder 19. So that's why when f of x equal to minus 1, that I'm showing like this, right? F of x equal to minus 1, when this is put over here, then what you will get? The remainder. The remainder was 19. You can see here. The 19, the second remainder, when divided by x plus 1. That's why when divided by x plus 1, that means considering x plus 1 as a factor, that means x equal to minus 1. Put up the value of x equal to minus 1. You get the remainder 19. This was the function of x is x power 4 minus 2x cube plus 3x square minus x plus b. You can see this is the same function, isn't it? The same function. Now over here, put the value x equal to minus 1 power 4 minus 2 into minus 1 power 3 plus 3 into minus 1 square minus a into minus 1 plus b. Now solve it. This will also give you another relation, another linear equation in two variables, with two variables a and b, है ना? Just solve equation number 1 and 2. When you solve equation number 1 and 2, right, just adding 1 and 2, b minus a equal to 3 was equation number 1, right, here, and a plus b equal to 13 was equation number 2, right? So when you add it, a will be cancelled out and we will be having b plus b. That means 2 times b equal to 16. This will give you the value of b as 8. Now put up the value of b equal to 8 in equation number 1. That will a equal to, this will give you a equal to b minus 3. So from here we get the value of a, right? So we get the value of a and b. So just put up the value of a equal to 5 and b equal to 8 into the fx, function of x, and we get our polynomial resolved like this, where no such a and b were available, right? Now this is a pure polynomial in x, right, whose degree is nothing but 4. So the last part of the question was that when the given polynomial was divided by x minus 2, what was the remainder? अरे भाई, when divided by x minus 2, just do it. Considering this as a factor, x minus 2 equal to 0 कर दिया. This will give you x equal to 2. When x equal to 2, just put up this value into this fx na. You will get the remainder na. That we did into the last step. F of x equal to 2. Put the value of x equal to 2. अरे यहाँ पे रख दिया 2 पावर 4 माइनस 2 इंटू 2 पावर 3, एक्स जहाँ जहाँ x है वहाँ वहाँ 2 रख दिया. ठीक है. This will give you at each places of x, substitute the value of x as 2, right? This was the question. You can see what was the remainder when divided by x minus 2, right? When you put the value of x equal to 2, the function, this was nothing but your fx, right? Function of x will be reduced to 12 minus 10, which is equal to plus 8. So finally we get the value of 10. 10 is the remainder, my dear friend. 10, 10, 10, 10. Right? This is your answer, my dear friends. Thank you so much for watching. I think we did our part for today. Let us come up with a separate session in a separate live class. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. See you, my dear friends. Bye bye, दोस्तों. Be connected. See you.